everyone. Welcome back to our Self-Learning Center videos. We are talking about global news and some fun. Today we are focusing on one piece of global news that happened a few weeks ago, but I still find very relevant. Today we're going to talk about the Oscars, or very often known as the Academy Awards. So if you hear either one, it refers to the same thing. One of the most prestigious film awards. So the Academy Awards or the Oscars. So this year is the 90th year for the Academy Awards. And I want to start by talking a little bit about why we should pay attention to the Academy Awards, why we should pay attention to new films. Well, first of all, I think films are an excellent way for us to learn English. Very oftentimes in Taiwan, we don't have a lot of opportunities to use English on a daily basis, unless you seek it out. But films are a very good way to expose ourselves to English. And a very good way also to expose ourselves to Western culture. Now you might say, I can watch old films, or I can watch television series, or I can watch films that are already in DVDs, and that's fine, that's true. But if you pay attention to the Academy Awards or the Oscars every year, you will be on the edge of history. You will know some things about what is being made, what is being talked about in the news, and you'll also, I think, get a sense of what kinds of films are popular, what kinds of ideas, what kinds of stories are being talked about in American culture or Western culture in general today. And so I want to give you all some suggestions. Some of these films have already been released here in Taiwan. Some of them will take some time. You can find them in DVD form later maybe. But the best picture for this year was The Shape of Water, which is a very strange film. It's a very interesting film about a woman who falls in love with a creature from the sea. It's essentially a romantic story. It's a love story. But I think it's very interesting. It's a little strange, I think. Very worth your time. So if you are wondering what was the best picture for this year, was The Shape of Water. There are some other films that I also like very much that were nominated for Best Picture. For instance, Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan film. I'm a huge fan of Christopher Nolan. Dunkirk is a very exciting film to watch, a very gripping war film. It also won for editing, so I encourage you to watch it if you haven't yet. Particularly watch it on big screen. It's beautifully shot, very real, very strange experience. So if you like Christopher Nolan, other films by Christopher Nolan include the Dark Knight trilogy, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, The Prestige, Inception, Interstellar. And so if you like these films, I encourage you to watch Dunkirk, a very famous film by Christopher Nolan now. My favorite film this year, the film that I thought I hoped would win Best Picture, was Lady Bird, the story of a young girl in America who pursues her dreams. It is a story that is very moving, very subtle, performed by Saoirse Ronan. So I encourage you to watch it. So these films. If you have watched any of these films, if you are a fan of any of these films, you can leave in the comments your opinions of the films, whether you would recommend it or not, or whether you felt that it was not deserving of a nomination. Everyone can have their own opinion. Please tell me. I look forward to reading your comments. Now, the film that I liked the most, out of the animated films this year, so there were some animated features. So The Boss Baby was nominated, which I found was very interesting. But I think it's pretty clear that the most famous and the ultimate winner of the animated feature was Coco, Pixar film. I'm a huge fan of Pixar, and films like Monsters Inc., Monsters University, Toy Story, The Incredibles, Up, and Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. If you want, you can also tell me in the comments what is your favorite Pixar movie. And remember, Pixar is not necessarily the same as Disney, and certainly it's not the same as DreamWorks. But Coco, as a film, a story about a young boy and the afterlife in Mexican culture. Beautiful film. And so just to introduce you all a little bit, if you haven't yet, or to entertain you, last time I sang the American National Anthem. So today we will sing the best song, the best original song of the Oscars this year, Remember Me. It is a song that I like very much. I really can't sing it without, getting a little bit emotional. It's a little bit different from singing the American National Anthem. But I think we should start with reading the lyrics for you. So depending on who sings it, the melody sort of changes a little bit. There are different lyrics depending on when it appears in the film. But let me read the lyrics for you here, so that, you'll know what we're singing. So, remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. Forever, even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me, though I have to travel far. Remember me, each time you hear a sad guitar. Know that I'm with you, the only way that I can be, until you're in my arms again. Remember me. Take a moment now, I think, as the film does, when you watch the film, it'll make you think about those who are no longer with us. We all have to face family leaving us. It's what the film is about. And I think the song doesn't apply just to people who pass away and move on to the next life. It also applies to friends or family that we don't see for a long time, who fade away sometimes. The whole premise of the film is that we exist, particularly after we're not here, we exist in the memories of others. That's a powerful thing. Alright, so I can't get through the entire verse without tearing up a little bit. So we'll just sing a verse, alright? And students, you can sing along with me. I think I can get through the first few lines. Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you. Each night we are apart. Remember me. Alright, I think that's good enough. So students, please take a moment now to think about those that are close to you. Hold them close. Think about those that have left us, and think about them. They exist in our memories. Their lives are part of ours because of shared experience. You can leave in the comments your experiences of watching the film, of listening to this song, or whatever memories that have been triggered by the film. Alright, thank you all for watching this video. It's a little emotional, I know, but go watch Coco if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.